story as if they were just 4 friends from like lifelong friends who are always interested in ghosts and science and everything, and they grew up doing it this whole time, instead of just the 2 people wrote the book and then they split ways and they had to rebond friendship. And I mean, that was a little different. That was understandable.
I thought it worked too. I thought it was an interesting way to bring the characters back together, but I don't think they spent enough time on it. Like, they get back together and in the same day they're best friends again.
Yeah.
You know,
there was not, for a movie about 4 strong female characters, there was not enough drama within the group.
Exactly. You know, I liked the aspect that Kristen Wiig's character had to go and ended up having to go to talk to her again because she was trying to get tenure at the university. I thought that was a neat thing to throw in, but again, it's just like, oh, we're just going to drop it. Like, oh, she's been fired, let's drop it. She's not fighting for it or anything. Mm-hmm. And the fact that the reason why she got fired was because, oh, she says she believes in ghosts. Okay, that's not a reason to deny someone tenure.
Yeah,
but having Charles Dance play her boss,
and Joffrey's father being an asshole in this, it's like, wow,
perfect.
Did you just step off the set of Game of Thrones and went right across the lot to this soundstage and start shooting, and just changed your wardrobe?
He's always an asshole, though. He always plays an asshole.
So, I think that was a downfall for it.
Okay.
What I liked about it, I liked the ghosts.
Yes. The ghosts.
Some people are ripping on the ghosts, and that's, their opinion, blah, 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 just like my opinion, and the only opinion that matters is the ghosts were awesome, especially at night.
Oh, man. They looked so good. The CGI was amazing. The 3D effects were very good.
Yep. I jumped a little bit when the ghost at the first, sprayed out all the stuff, because it was boom right up in your face, and it looked like the slime was like coming out of the screen. And so few do 3D movies use pop out of the screen effects, and that was
use those what 3D was actually made for. Mm-hmm. And that I love that. So. All right.
How about before we bust into the new characters, let's get back, go to all the cameos.
Oh.
Honestly, I didn't think that there would actually be cameos of every original person, with the exception of
Harold Ramis.
Well, Harold Ramis, of course, because he's dead. But Rick Moranis, he didn't make an appearance
because he's still
retired, because he's done some voice work. But it was nice to see all that. My favorite one was probably Dan Aykroyd. Mm-hmm. I don't go to Chinatown. It's 1 block south farther than I go, and I don't believe in any of this.
Mm-hmm. Dan Aykroyd's cameo was definitely the best out of all of them, but in my opinion, while I was like, oh, that's cool, I felt it was unnecessary. I just completely unnecessary, and always to have them even in it. If you want to give Dan Aykroyd a cameo, fine, because he technically kind of owns the rights to this, since he wrote the original one.
Him and Harold Ramis wrote it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure whatever company, studio technically owns the rights, but I mean, this is Dan Aykroyd's baby, but I just felt the cameos were.
Would have rather not seen him in there, and that distance, have the actors distance themselves from the movie itself. But I saw them as like, oh, the characters are going to pop back up. No. It'd have been better just to have a nice clean break and just have this be its own thing.
Exactly, and if that's what Paul Feig wanted to do with it, to really make it its own thing, and the possibility of sequels, then he should have made it its own thing. You don't need to bring them in. I realize that these people are just actors, but it's obvious what they were doing, you know? And that really was one of the few things that I really kind of disliked about this, is all of the references to the original.
Mm-hmm. And it's supposed to be taken in place in a time where the originals did not exist.
Yeah.
Where the originals are not canon at all.
And that was something that I was a little bit confused about, because I really thought that this was going to be, I didn't realize that this was going to be a complete reboot. I thought that it was going to be a 30 years later continuation of a new group. I didn't realize.
And I would have been way okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like they almost made it as if the original universe didn't exist at all.
Yeah. And again, he's trying to do his own thing. He's building his own world, and fine. You know, I wasn't expecting it. I was honestly kind of half expecting to go into this and find out that, like, maybe Chris Hemsworth character was like Oscar from the original.
Yeah, that'd have been.
Or something.
Right.
Or a child of Lewis and
Annie Potts' character.
Yeah.
Whoever.
Janice.
Yeah.
Janice. You know, I was like, that would have been hilarious. You know? But
since
it's
the
not.
people that weren't even, majority of the cast probably was just a babies when the originals came out. I don't know. But the one cameo I loved, the best cameo, Slimer. Slimer was the best cameo in it.
Yes. Yes. Slimer was great in this. And he got a girlfriend.
Yeah. He got to drive the Ecto 1 and have a girlfriend.
And they had a whole party going on in that car at the end. Man.
Himself and ghost tours and
Man. Well, I want to talk about Chris Hemsworth character.
yeah, let's wrap it up with that, because that'd be a good.
Oh, I have one more thing to say at the end too. I'm saving it for the end.
The after credits.
He was hilarious.
Yes, he was my favorite part of the whole movie, besides the ghosts.
He really just, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. Like, I was literally laughing out loud. Pretty much any time he was on scene. It didn't matter what he was doing.
Because he was so funny. And
Yeah.
I know they wrote him that way for the female audience, but it worked. It was funny.
He was just so stupid. Like, so stupid.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
I don't have my glasses, but make loud noise. Make loud noise.
Ah!
Yes.
He literally did that. Anytime there was a loud noise, he would cover up his eyes.
With his glasses that have no lens in it.
Yeah.
Which he took out because they got tired of getting dirty. And the guy can't answer the phone for nothing.
It was the exact opposite of Annie Potts' character in the original.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she was a strong receptionist. She was a good receptionist. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
You know, they hired Chris Hemsworth for his looks. And I want to say that that's a juxtaposition of why Paul Feig probably brought him in for his looks, because they're marketing for females.
Right.
You know? So I thought that worked.
But it was so funny.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say something that's going to ruffle some feathers and might even ruffle your feathers a little bit. I really liked this, like, way more than I thought I would. And I would rank it up there with the original. I really would. Personal opinion. I thought it was a well-written movie. I thought the comedy was good. I thought the effects were good. Yes, the story is similar to the original, but again, that's kind of a generic hero story arc for this kind of a movie, so I can forgive that. In some ways, I thought there were some details that should have been changed, and I thought that they changed enough in the movie, like the part where they're shown the firehouse but then not able to get it because they can't afford it. Because let's be realistic, But they kept that realistic. $21,000 in rent, that's a modern day price for something like that.
For
you know?
Firehouse.
Yeah. That's a real thing. So I thought that it was hilarious. I haven't laughed that hard at a movie in a long time, and it was more than just Chris Hemsworth's character that made me laugh. It was all of it.
See, with me, it wasn't.
And
Chris Hemsworth was the best part of the comedy aspect of it. I just didn't find it funny. I just didn't find a lot of the stuff people were laughing at. I didn't think it was funny. The same way that Kristen Wiig, I don't remember what scene it was, but everybody was laughing about something, and she was just had this look like, you guys are stupid. This is not funny. I felt that exact same way through a lot of the movie. I was like, I just didn't find it funny. I mean, what's funny about shooting a ghost in the nuts?
Nut shots are often funny. I didn't find that one funny. I thought that it was. That was a pointless joke.
Yeah, it was a pointless gag. It really was. It was.
But I thought a lot of the rest of it was pretty funny. Kate McKinnon's character, she cracked me up through the movie. And I'm not a huge fan of Melissa McCarthy. I'm not a huge fan of Paul Feig. I thought that this one worked. And that is my opinion for right now. Remember, this is my first viewing.
Mm-hmm.
If I get a chance to see it again, I might change that opinion. I'm not saying it's better than the original. I will never say that. The original has a nostalgia and a charm factor that is not ever going to be able to be matched. Plus, Bill Murray in his prime. And Bill Murray in his prime. I thought that this was very good. I laughed a lot. I very much enjoyed it. And I like it enough that I will recommend people to go see it, and I hope they make a sequel.
I liked it more than I thought that I would. I'm not 100% sure yet. There's still way too many issues that I have with it. Maybe I need to go back for a second viewing. But what I did enjoy in it was more, I've said it before, I'm more of the technical aspect of the movie making part of it. Story, yeah, but the actual making of the movie and all the sets and everything, it looked great. And so from the technical aspect, I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the hell out of the movie, technical aspect. Story, I'm not so sure on. But one thing I will point out before we wrap it up, which I know we need to hurry up with, I enjoyed the fact, and I like this in almost all movies that do this, they actually made you want to sit through the entire credits. It's not like in Marvel where you know there's going to be an after credit scene, and so you have to sit through the whole credits, and it's just boring black with white screen. No, there was actually stuff going on the whole time, and it kept you entertained, and I liked that. Mm-hmm. Besides the fact that there was just little extra clips thrown in there.
Yeah.
But Chris Hemsworth dancing and with all the cops and everything and the military guys. And there was little stuff they kept bringing back in, and so it made you want to actually sit through all of the credits to get to that.
And there was an after credit scene.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the only thing that I'm like. I hope that they make a sequel of this, but I hope they don't do that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I don't want to see them do that unless they come at it from a very, very different standpoint. Really, really different.
Yeah. Oh, and Ozzy's in it.
And he's credited.
The Prince of fucking Darkness is in this movie.
And he's not even credited as himself, even though he was playing himself.
Mm-hmm.
He was credited as a famous rock star. Literally what he was credited as. I watched the credits for it. Even though he was himself, because he was at his own concert. And there were concert posters up that said Ozzy Osbourne.
Yep.
I'm like, so you're making a cameo as yourself, but you're not credited as yourself? That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It made no sense.
He was able to get a line out.
Yeah.
Because that could have been really bad. He only had one line. He nailed it. It could have taken about 20 minutes to say.
And it might have.
Yep. I want to see some of the deleted scenes with him. trying to say that one line over and over again.
I want to see some of the gag. Some of the gag.
The gag reel.
The gag reel
will be entertaining.
Yes, I know it will be. So yeah. I recommend it. First viewing rating. Honestly, probably a 7 out of 10. I mean, I'm gonna rank it kind of high. I had fun at it. I laughed. I had a lot of enjoyment sitting in the theater watching this one. Not really as much childlike wonder as I thought it would, but there was some great things going on in the scene. You know, the CGI was fantastic. The 3D effect was fantastic. I had a lot of fun. So I'm ranking it high based on that. Second viewing, I might rank it lower. I don't know. This one is going to be repeated viewings to really get a good sense of how I feel about it. I feel.
Me, I'll give it a high 5 out of 10. Too much that I didn't like to overshadow what I did like. So that's what I'm saying, a high 5.
Well, hey, that's better than I thought. I honestly wasn't even expecting you. I was still waiting for you all day to be like, no, I'm not going to go see it. I was kind of surprised that you even went. I'll be honest.
Hey, we got to go see it for like $8 in 3D on the XD screen. So
Yeah.
it's a good value for what we paid for the ticket. It's a good value.
Yeah.
So
All right.
anyway, thanks for watching. I know this ran really, really long. So
But
our bad.
sorry, not sorry.
So
Bye.
deuces. Blessed day.